If you want to know how to wake up early in the morning and not feel tired, then this video is perfect for you. Hey friends, it's Tess. This is Wander Wealthy, and today I am going to step you through how to become a morning person, especially when you're not a morning person. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button plus the little bell so that you can be notified when I upload, which I do on the weekly, all my videos on personal growth, personal finance, and travel. I actually consider myself a morning person. I'm kind of both a early bird and a night owl, and it's really hard to balance, mainly because I get a lot of creative bursts at night, but I love waking up with the sun or before the sun, and especially before everyone else wakes up, or at least I assume I'm waking up before everyone else. However, in recent months, probably due to my 2 months in Italy, where literally everything is shifted by 4 to 5 hours. I mean, your wake up time, your go to bed time, your lunch time, your dinner time, just take 5 hours, add it to whatever time you typically do it, and that's you living in Italy now. So with that, I was not waking up very early while I was over there, and it's kind of trickled into my life. I really want to be a morning person again, and if I was going to do it, I wanted to share the process with you all, so if you have the desire to become a morning person, you can join me. I'm actually going to be running an early riser challenge in my Wander Wealthy Facebook community. Go to wanderwealthy.com/FB if you want to join. We'll do it for the last month of the year so that we can really get into 2018 already having some of our goals accomplished. And if becoming more of a morning person, or just becoming more comfortable waking up in the morning without feeling super tired and wanting to crawl back into bed, is something that you would like to do, then might as well jump on the train now. We're gonna get started in December so that we have a full month to do it. And if you're not watching this even in the year of 2017 or 2018, you can start your own early riser challenge. Focus on the steps I'm gonna share, and then set a challenge for yourself to wake up at the time you desire to wake up every day for 30 days. So before I take you through the 7 steps to become an early riser, I do want to establish a why. Why is it important to us to wake up early? Why do you want to become a morning person? Let's figure that out. I really love the idea of waking up early before the sun, or before other people, depending on what time of year it is, because the sun wakes up really early. And when I do those things, I really feel good about myself and my productivity towards my goals. I feel almost like I'm giving myself extra time to start working towards my goals, and whether that's health and fitness and I wake up and I go work out right away, or it's work related and I just wake up and dive into the most productive, time sensitive tasks, I feel so much more accomplished that way, and then I can prioritize other things that are not related to these goals later on in the day. The other reason I want to wake up early is I just feel like it's kind of a link to success. It's well known that some of the most successful people in modern day and history wake up ridiculously early. So I might as well start working my way there. Now, I don't necessarily resonate with the idea that we need less sleep and the most successful people just don't sleep because we can sleep when we're dead, or sleep is a waste of time. I think sleep is really important. However, I know that I want to prioritize adjusting my sleep schedule, so I'm going to bed early so that I can wake up early so that I can get a head start on the day, just like all these other crazy bajillionaires. So with that being said, those are the 2 big reasons why I want to do this, and I think it's just important to map out your own reasons why, so that you have something that is pushing you towards actually achieving your goals. Now let's get into my 7 steps. Number 1 is to plan ahead. And actually, a lot of the steps happen before the actual morning when you wake up, so just keep that in mind. The first one is to plan ahead, planning your day to make it easier to get into the morning. So working backwards, what I like to do with almost everything, I'm going to work backwards in the planning of my day before the next day. First, I would look at the kind of last step that I do in my morning routine, which is planning out my meal for the morning, my breakfast. That's pretty easy because I pretty much eat the same thing every day. I'm either eating a smoothie bowl or a bowl of oatmeal. So it's really easy for me to figure that out pretty quickly and move on. The next thing I'm gonna look at is my outfit. What am I gonna wear the next day? Planning your outfits, especially if your goal to wake up early is to start working out in the morning, planning your workout outfits and then the outfit you're going to change into after you work out will help you just make those decisions and get them done with at the end of the day when you don't need that much brain power, than having to make those decisions in the morning when it takes so much more energy to figure out and you're using all that good energy that you have in the morning on things that you shouldn't be deciding upon. After you plan your breakfast and your outfits, then you just move on to preparing for bedtime. So figure out what time you need to go to bed and figure out how much sleep you as a person needs to get. Because of the way that I've learned that sleep cycles work, I know that we work in 90-minute increments, so I always try to get 90-minute incremental sleep, if that makes sense. So I always shoot for about 7.5 hours of sleep. I find that when I wake up after 7.5 hours, I feel amazing. 8 hours actually makes me feel a little groggy. So if I feel like I need to get more sleep, I'll shoot for 9 hours. And if I feel like I'm going to bed way too late and I have an early wake up call, I'll shoot for 6 hours. I typically set 90-minute incremental wake up times for myself because that's when I'm gonna feel the best coming out of my sleep. So before I go to bed, I try to calculate what 7.5 hours would look like from the time that I want to wake up and work backwards again to figure out my bedtime. One of my favorite tools to use is actually my second tip, and it's to use the bedtime alarm on my iPhone. Now, if you don't have an iPhone, there's a bunch of different alarm apps that you could download that could do something similar or that would just help you figure out the best way for you to sleep. Mine is honestly underneath that alarm clock app and then toggling to the tab that says bedtime. You could actually set your bedtime and how many hours you want to sleep, and then it reminds you about 15 minutes before you're supposed to go to bed that it's getting close to bedtime and you should probably start wrapping up your day. This is a great reminder for me because I might just be mindlessly watching Netflix, or I might be super deep in my work and then realize, oh crap, I need to unplug for a little bit so that I can get ready to go to bed. So a good tool is that bedtime application on your iPhone. Again, if you don't have an iPhone, you could even just set yourself a calendar reminder to remind you when you should be going to bed if you want to wake up at X time in the morning. The third tip is to remove the snooze button. You can actually do this on your alarm app again on your iPhone. You can probably also do this on other apps that are meant to help you wake up in the morning if you're downloading it on any sort of other smartphone. But removing the snooze button is going to be very effective for you. The one reason why we snooze is because we know we're able to do it by pushing a button and we'll wake up later. But we won't necessarily hit snooze if we know we're not going to be getting a wake-up call in another 9 minutes from now. So by removing that button, it'll force you to wake up officially because you haven't even allowed yourself the option of having an extra 9 minutes. Another reason to do this is that your body really shouldn't snooze. Again, you're trying to tune your body to these sleep cycles, and if you get your 7.5 hours or 6 or 9 hours of sleep, but then you snooze for another 10 minutes or keep snoozing, you're really gonna throw off your body and you actually wake up more tired than you would have if you would have just woken up at the proper time. Step 4 is pretty simple, but a lot of people do this, and I would say don't sleep with blackout shades. As humans, we're actually meant to wake up with the natural light and go to sleep with the natural light. So when it gets bright in the morning, we wake up. That's what our ancestors did, and we're supposed to go to sleep when it gets dark. Because of modern technology, like the light bulb, we have now adjusted a lot of our sleep time. But if you want to be an early riser and you want to wake up with the sun, then it's better to just eliminate all of those tools that we use to throw off our natural rhythm. Now, I will say it's a little bit tough in the winter time when the sun isn't just popping up to wake you up at 6 in the morning. So there are a couple additional things you might need to do to wake your body up. And that leads me to number 5, which is to place your alarm away from your bed. This will ensure that you're going to get out of bed, get up, walk to your alarm in order to shut it off, and then again gets you out of bed. If you need a little extra extra motivation, maybe put your alarm on a very annoying alarm sound. I actually prefer a nice kind of soothing morning wake up, or to put one of my favorite songs on, because that eases me into the day and isn't so just loud and obnoxious in the morning. But if you need something to really force you out of bed, you could try that too. And then number 6 is to go straight into making your bed. If you go straight into making your bed after you get out of bed to turn your alarm off, then you won't be tempted to go back in your bed, because it takes so much effort to make your bed anyway. Plus, making your bed is a common habit that a lot of successful people, again, do as one of the first things they do in the morning. And finally, number 7 is to have something to look forward to after you get yourself out of bed. Mine is my morning routine. I've really set it up so that there's a lot of things that I enjoy about it, but they also make me feel rejuvenated and like I'm going into another amazing, highly productive day. Plus, I get to drink my favorite beverage, which is coffee or a matcha latte, and that's always a good bonus too. So figure out what it is that you are going to really be looking forward to in the morning in order to get yourself out of bed. And those are my 7 steps/tips on how I'm going to reinvent myself back into a morning person, and I invite you along the way. Again, we're going to be doing a challenge in my private Wander Wealthy Facebook community. Go to wanderwealthy.com/FB to get in on the challenge so you can start waking up at your desired time in the morning and become your version of an early riser. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know that you want more videos like this. Plus, it really supports my channel. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get all the other videos that I produce on a weekly basis. Until I see you in the group or in my next video, I hope you wander wealthy. Time for me to go clean out my closet. Pray for me.